Welcome to the Zipper Merge, fellas.
That gets me. It just, I don't know if it's ever going to get old.
White Wolf on the intro.
White Wolf
Killing
on
it.
the intro. Here we are, episode 2, man. Episode 2. What's good with you today?
Oh, what's good with me? Just, knocking out deadlines. Just,
Yeah.
Cruising on the way over here to Jennifer's house, listening to that Reba.
Jennifer's house it is. Thank you. Thank you. Folks, I am Zach Carter. This is Greg Pruitt. We are the Zipper Merge,
Present.
your newest menswear fashion podcast. And he is referring to my house with this beautiful studio we are shooting in today. So what's going right for you today?
Super designer studio. Super.
Yeah. This is a downstairs living room.
I never knew the internet would look so small.
Thank you.
Just, I'm clouded.
Burnage.
Oh,
Burnage.
yeah.
So you hit a deadline today?
Well, we get deadlines every day.
Oh,
It's
okay.
mini deadline.
But you checked a box.
Mini deadline.
You'll at least check a box?
Yes.
Okay.
Boxes checked.
Okay. That's good. That's good. So how was Turkey Day?
A little overcooked.
Okay. Did y'all go to Mississippi or?
No,
Okay.
we stayed here.
Did
We stayed here with the nuclear.
Okay. Yeah.
Just the four. Just ran down the whole big vat of mashed potatoes.
Just the four of you.
Some giblet gravy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ginger couldn't have been happy about that.
Well, I mean, they got their thing going down there. We stayed up here. Just just kept it close. Just chilled out. That's about it.
So how was your Black Friday then?
Well, I didn't really buy anything for me.
Oh.
So, yeah, I know. I was looking, shopping for the wife, looking around for the kids, but I don't do good online shopping for kids though. I need to see it. I need to go see. That's what used to be great when Toys R Us was here. What happened to y'all Toys R Us? I could go down through the aisles and I could find some stuff like that, and that.
Walmart and Amazon happened.
I know. Unfortunately, but I can't just scroll through Amazon looking for toys. I need to see it because you never know how big it's actually going to be. I mean, sure, you can read 2.5 by 8.75 inches.
Such good deals, though.
I know. I don't like it.
Man, Legos are usually like 10% less at least.
I mean, I don't mind online shopping, but when it comes to kids stuff, I got to be there in the action.
Oh,
I got to be there on it.
Fair enough. So, little news flash, little news blurb. I caught this over the weekend. We just went down to Chattanooga, stayed with mom and dad. So, was doing a lot of research for the show. Had emails pouring in from some of our friends, and kind of tracking what they're doing for sales and what discounts they're levying and all that good stuff. So, getting peppered. Checking every few hours, just kind of see, and had an article beep in to my Google feed about Black Friday. And an interesting stat comes in. Black Friday retail, just as of Friday, this is not including the entire weekend.
Yeah, because Black Friday extends.
Well, hell, it's still going.
Yeah. Cyber Monday continues on through Thursday.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I've gotten all kinds of Cyber Monday emails today, Wednesday, the Wednesday after Thanksgiving, saying that the Cyber Monday sale has been stretched.
Right.
So, anyway, I got this article, and it said, interesting stat, that Black Friday sales had broken records, and our new record is $9.8 billion spent on Black Friday. 5.3 billion of that was done online.
Yeah.
5.3
I don't doubt it.
billion.
I mean, it's so easy to do.
There was an extra stat of how many of those sales were logged through a phone versus a
Right.
laptop, but
Right.
I missed that. But anyway, 5.3 billion online.
I imagine the phone dominated it though.
I would think so.
I mean, just it's so
Yeah.
easy just to sit here and watch
Yeah.
whatever, you know, Hallmark Christmas special.
Yeah.
They're started to run early, and then
I think it also went on to say that it was the first year that that online sales had finally tipped the entire scale. So
I thought I would have done it beforehand.
yeah, that I need to go back and find that to see what the actual line, but there was something kind of twisty to that stat, which also made me think about the general idea of what you just said. I would have thought it had happened before now, but I'll go find that spice again. But yeah, I mean, 5.3 out of 9.8.
Is spice your term?
Huh?
Did you come up with that?
Just off the cuff, man.
You
Off the
like
cuff.
spices and pop stuff.
I do. I'm all
Yeah.
about spices and
Yeah.
pops. I'm all about the two-tone blue against the chocolate brown pop today.
With the red in the shoes.
Yeah, they were just on. They were just
Hey,
on,
we can
but-
see them in the footage.
Well, how about
We can
my
see them right there.
mint green heathered wool sock? Not wool, but outdoorsy.
It's probably like
I can
smart
see.
wool, maybe.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
From Amazon, no less.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like them.
Yeah. Looks good.
Yeah, wrong shoe, but they were on and they're comfortable. So I apologize for not being totally fashionista. But let's talk about your look.
Man, look, buddy I work with, he wears these shawl neck cardigans. And
That's what that neck is called?
yeah.
Shawl neck.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Look it up. Shawl neck.
Okay.
It's when it has the thing that goes around the back. It's not a lapel.
It just looks rolled.
Not a lapel.
It looks like a rolled lapel.
I know.
To me.
I know.
Rolled collar.
Yeah. And so we were talking about it because if you look at like anybody selling these, what I've noticed here recently, the current thing to do is to like just button the kind of the top and then the bottom unbutton so everybody can see the shirt. And then, you know,
Okay.
if you're tucking in your belt, like people tend to do that, I do not, you know, you can see the belt and all that. It's kind of like, it's like less meant to be like less stuffy. You don't want to button it all the way.
Less 85-year-old man.
But yeah.
Yeah.
So, but he wore his yesterday and he looked like a dang man. I mean, he kind of had that
Really?
you know, the Hemingway look, the Orson Welles look
Okay.
with the beard and all that. It just looks like man's man.
How big a man?
And well, he goes about 240, 260, you know.
So not huge.
No. But I said, you know what? I'm gonna wear mine tomorrow.
Orson Welles
I'm
had
gonna
a big old
try
belly,
it
so-
out.
Okay.
Actually, I can't lie. I had this whole get up sitting in my rocking chair in the living room like days before this.
You had it
so
laid out.
already laid it out. And then he wore it in. And I was like, yep, I'm wearing mine
You
tomorrow.
had it laid out.
I'm wearing mine tomorrow.
Oh, man.
Well, I haven't worn this thing in a couple years because the interior of it kind of gets on your shirt. So if you have to take it off in the middle of the day when if it's too warm out,
Oh, man.
it leaves all the fuzzies all over your
Transmits
shit.
The fuzz.
Can't have it.
Transmits the fuzz.
But I know I'm not taking it off today because it's
Ooh,
cold out. So I was
T-shirt
like,
idea.
you know, huh?
T-shirt idea. Transmits the fuzz.
Transmits the fuzz. Can't have that. You know.
So I want to, now that you've laid bare your what you call it, a shawl collar?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, that's a great segue. And you know I love segues.
Don't wear this with khaki pants though. It'll make you look too like Mr. Rogers, unless you can really pull that off.
That's a great.
You got to rock it with some jeans, some boots or something. You know. I don't mind looking like Mr. Rogers. I mean,
I grew up on him too.
I try to make that look okay. You know.
So that kind of leads me into this our new pieces segment. So phasing into that, this is what you sent me for new pieces.
Got that. I own that right there.
And I have to talk about this.
All right, talk about
I
it.
feel like, well, I have to
Talk
hear you
about it.
talk about it. Because I mean, I can definitely see that this is you. Like
I'm in that.
This is what you're graduating into,
That's me.
and I respect it. I don't know. Well, let's see what the model.
Can you click on? Yeah, those are nice details right there.
See, I think they had you at wool hunting blazer.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, the whole when I found it, I was looking for a wool coat because I don't
Okay.
have one, or didn't have one.
So
So
when you typed in Google and hunting blazer come up, you were like, boom, that's me.
no, I didn't type in the hunting blazer thing. It was like
No, I
wool
know, but
blazer.
it returned a hunting blazer. It yielded hunting blazer in your
Yeah.
search for wool coat.
Well, actually, it's that whole hunting thing was kind of a turn off for me because none of these dudes that are buying from the site, I don't know. A lot of them, it's not supposed to be a real hunting coat.
Nobody's hunting in
Nobody's
Huckberry wear.
hunting in it, even though it does have the flap in the pocket that goes across the entire back where you put small game in.
Oh, that's Flint and Tinder. It's not
Yeah,
Huckberry.
sorry,
Okay.
it's Flint and Tinder. Got it on Huckberry, but yeah, there's a flap that goes in the back, so it's built like the traditional hunting vest. But that's all they're saying. It's really a stylish vest.
Can I raise my hand?
Go ahead, you done did it.
May I interject? What tangent? We can come back to it.
Okay.
We can put a pin in it if we want. What is Huckberry? What are they a distributor? Are they simply an online distributor? That's my question.
Well, they have some
Question
things I
for the
believe
agents.
have their own brand though, don't they? Some
I
things
don't-
are
I haven't
produced by Huckberry.
Are they?
Yeah.
I haven't searched their site deep enough yet to find out.
Yeah, I think so.
We will shop Huckberry for one of our segments soon.
Yeah.
But so far, I haven't seen anything in they slam me with emails. I mean, I was getting 3 a day the entire holiday weekend.
Yeah, I think some of their brands are owned by Huckberry. It's a Huckberry brand.
Oh, they have a family of brands then.
I think so, but
Or are
I
they
could be
just-
lying up all over this podcast.
I think that they're just distributing other brands.
Okay. I don't know for sure.
That's the way they come across.
Yeah.
Because unless you're like a huge retailer, you can't really own a portfolio of brands. And Huckberry hasn't been around long enough to have some huge portfolio the way that.
I don't know how long they've been around. I just happened across them like 2 years ago. Actually, that's where I happened across them when I was looking for a wool blazer. And so I would just type in, top of Google, shopping. Go to the shopping tab and just keep on scrolling
Yeah.
until something looked up. And I click on it. It takes me to Huckberry, and then you start to look around like, man, they got a lot of good stuff. They got a lot of,
There's
It's nice
quite
looking
a few.
stuff.
Yeah. They catch my eye for sure. But
it's geared towards a certain type of dude, kind of like me that likes a little bit of stuff that's
The
like
hunting
nice but rugged. They're honed in on that rugged
Nice,
look, but
yeah,
it's nice.
Well, they've all
it's
and
fashionable.
not just tweed, but bourbon tweed
Yeah, bourbon tweed. They got to throw in the
tweed.
bourbon as a sales.
For 2 honeys.
It's kind of like how Sherwin-Williams names all their paints.
Yeah.
There's one person who specifically like
Oh,
the
yeah.
names trigger the buyer.
Oh, there's a room full of people coming up with those.
Oh yeah,
names.
the names trigger the buyer, right? And there's a whole reason why they're named the way. It's the same here. They wouldn't just call that wool hunting blazer in brown.
So I may have,
It's got to be bourbon.
tell me why this is a hunting blazer again.
I think it's just set up like the old school blazers that you used to wear.
I see some mesh pockets here.
Yeah, you got some.
Those are trusty.
Those aren't mesh. That's corduroy.
Oh,
So
that
all
is
the
cord.
accents are corduroy on
It
it.
is cord. Okay.
So me being a short guy, my short T-Rex arms, I got to roll the sleeves down at the end. And what do you find when you roll the sleeves? The cuffs are corduroy. So I leave them back like that,
Okay.
and it looks sharp because then it goes with the little corduroy piece at the pocket and the flap going down the side.
Does it?
It's sharp, man. It's sharp.
Okay. Ooh. Now
It's not too thick though. It's unlined. I mean, it's just but.
I hate to
I still
admit
wear
this because I'm not really a collar pop guy, but that does look sharp with that collar popped.
It stays up, brother.
Does it stay?
Stays up
Okay.
on me. No, most time I don't do the collar pop unless it's like a 3/4, like a quarter zip.
Oh,
You know?
I see your cuff lining there.
Yeah, if it's a quarter zip like sweater or something, it always stays up, but not on my jackets. I don't roll around with my jackets flipped up, But this one it does because it doesn't come up too high and it looks good. It doesn't look like you're trying too hard. It looks natural. It looks sharp. I should have wore it up in here. I wore it yesterday.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Should have worn it today.
Well, I would like to see you in that. I think you should have worn it to the show today.
You probably see me in that a bunch of times.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So wool hunting blazer from
If
Flint and
it's
Tinder.
cold out, I'll wear it next time. Everybody can see it. Fashion show on air.
The bourbon tweed.
Now it looks like they're not gonna. That's probably not gonna come back. It's probably sold out. You know, I was sold out right now. It says notify when back in stock, but who knows if that thing's ever gonna come back? You know, I don't know.
Hey, if they hear us talking about it, they might.
Yeah, it needs to come back because it's sharp. I like it. Look, it came out better than what I thought it was gonna fit. Like, you know, so
I feel like this is so. The reason I tied this to our previous little news piece about your cardigan there is that this feels very much more cardigan-y, cardigan-ish.
It's not. It's not sweater at all.
Cardigan-ish.
It's not sweater at all.
Cardigan-ish.
Cardigan-ish. You coining that or something? You trying to get that to stick?
I don't know. Should it?
No. No.
But I don't know. On the model here, it feels kind of not slouchy, but just look how see how the pocket droops there? Like a cardigan's pocket would droop if it at the waistline there.
Yeah. Well, the whole thing about you
And
know, you go look at Grayers or some, you know, company like that. They're trying to get a lot of people are trying to get away from like the padded suits, the padded blazers that have all the structure to them, right? That keep that crisp line. It needs to look very casual, but it's still a blazer.
Yeah.
So you can kind of dress it up when you want to dress it up, or you can it's super casual if you need it to be super casual.
But
so that's why they're doing that.
Is a blazer if it doesn't have the shoulder structure?
Yes.
I don't know that it can be both. I don't know that it can be both.
I think that shoulder structure thing, I'm gonna have to dive into like clothing history, because all these coats and blazers like that have been around long time.
Yeah, yeah.
Long.
You see it in
hundreds of years before you went and stuffed them all with all this everything that your men's stores have them.
How much shoulder padding do your blazers have?
I bet if you ever looked at a cross section of one of those things.
Cross section of blazers. This is where we've gone. Cross sections of blazers.
Well, because I was looking it up. Unstructured versus structured, and they had one torn apart, and it had all this shit up in it to keep it like super stiff. I don't like that.
Oh, I mean, that's fine.
I don't like it. It's something about it just doesn't go.
But I feel like one of the purposes of a blazer is to cut a sharp figure, and the sharpness of the yoke up there.
No, no. I don't think so. That's a suit. I think your suit should be crisp. I think your suit needs to be.
I mean, I think we're
stating
the obvious there.
Needs to be tight. But your blazer, your sport coat, you're just kicking it, man. You're just kicking it around. You just want a little lapel going.
But you don't want
to
be
your jeans and a tee.
This is a little rumpled.
Come on, man.
This is a touch rumpled. This is a little rumply
because it's a hunting blazer. It's meant to be ruffled out the woods.
I have a problem.
Damn hunting blazer.
I have a problem with those pockets and the way they're
hitting
the hip.
Well,
the way they're hitting the hip is weird.
Here's the other thing: they're starting to go to the chore coat look with the pockets right here instead of like a blazer pockets coming in from the side or a suit pocket. Right? They're coming right down, and it's meant to have that chore coat / sport coat look, like a cross in between the two.
I feel like I'm
right about it.
You're right.
I'm right about it.
I feel like these types of vendors are. It's like their marketing department is.
Got a picture of me on there.
No, they've got
my Dodge Ram.
They've got 007 Skyfall on loop, and they're watching that. And they're looking at the entire costume collection that was put together for Skyfall.
Yeah.
And it's like they want you to buy everything except for that, sawed-off double barrel that the butler brings at the end.
I saw something that it was the Skyfall I don't remember if it was a blazer or what it was, but it was as worn in Skyfall or no, maybe it wasn't. No, it wasn't Skyfall. I think it was Casino Royale or one of those. But yeah, they definitely push it. Hey, we're releasing this blazer that such and so costume. I don't think what's funny is those costume designers. Like I don't think that they do all that. Like it's all custom for
Oh, I'm sure.
that show.
Yeah.
It's not like they go and buy anything from.
Could you imagine the clothing budget?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I think they make it. They make it all, and then somebody comes along and makes that same cut, and then issues it out. As whatever the Skyfall edition.
So, just a couple more quick pieces of news.
Let's hear it.
So I joined Poshmark recently.
Yep.
You heard of Poshmark?
Yes.
So just joined that last month. Sold my first item. It was
you sold?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not on it to shop. I'm on it to sell.
Okay.
So I want to make some room in the closet. House that's old, don't have a lot of closet room. So also have a lot of clothing items that are not fitting properly anymore after losing so much weight. So I want to
clap.
Yeah, we'll go into that in more detail in future episodes. But
episode 36.
Yeah, I just want to make some room and get a little something back. So I'm on Poshmark, and sold my first item as a pair of shoes that I've had for several years, but I only wore them like maybe 5 times.
I got to do the same thing then.
Put them on there, and took a couple 3 weeks, and boom, out of here. So now I got quite a few shirts that I need to get rid of, but looking promising. I don't like how many marketing emails they hit me with, but thought I turned off that preference, but I guess I didn't. Secondly,
what you got?
This is something I picked up downtown. It is In Focus. It's one of those local periodicals that they do, that, I guess local retailers and services and real estate will advertise in. In Focus 30 years, and it's specifically called The Men's Issue. And that caught I've always seen this magazine around. It's one of those
I've never seen it, but I don't get downtown.
It's one of those hoity-toity. Who are the people that just hobnob? There's a word for those people.
I don't know what a hobnob is though.
The people that just not celebrities, but socialites.
Oh, okay.
It's one of those socialite magazines, and I saw it at the deli downtown Franklin. Picked it up. So it's specifically The Men's Issue. You have a fella sitting here in a leather chair drinking bourbon out of a low ball, and so featuring contemporary and refined fashion, local artists, makers of spirits, and more. So I want to go through this here in the next few weeks and highlight maybe a few things out of it for the show. Kind of interesting, and maybe it'll give us a few items to either support or rag on.
Pick apart.
We'll see.
Check them out.
We'll see. So
yeah, if it has anything good in it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
not?
sure there's stuff that straddles both of our.
We love the bust. We love the bust on folks, but at the same time, we're gonna give some. We're gonna give credit. We give credit to things.
Goodness.
Looks like the rookie's having technical problems.
Okay, hopefully we can make it.
Do
the whole
not
show.
touch it.
Yeah, hopefully we can make the whole show.
Jeez.
Good grief! All right, so we were talking about Men's Issue. Probably some things to clown on. Probably some things to support locally.
Yep.
Need to dive through that, and we'll add it to a future news segment. Diving into the next segment quickly. It's popsicle time. So we're going to hand out a popsicle. Color pop.
Okay. All right.
We always do popsicles.
Okay.
We got to, daily segment.
I forgot it was about color pops. I was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, color pops. Co-host does not keep track of our segment names.
I should. I
So,
should.
before we dive into the meat, we're going to hand out a popsicle.
All right.
And this is a Pruitt-inspired popsicle.
Okay.
And that's why it's important. Pruitt-inspired. Okay.
Yep.
So, recently you shot me a picture that I couldn't grab for the screen here, but I wanted to run it over because it's, again, a multicolored pop. And it's important. And I like it. It's kind of fall-based, and it can kind of phase into winter as well. For those of you who are like, man, I can only wear navy and charcoal for 4 months. Nope. So here you go. This is Pruitt inspired because I peeled this off of
Ready.
a outfit that Pruitt sent me over text, and it was a good outfit. It was really just highlighting a hat he bought recently. But anyway,
I don't need the laughter, but go ahead.
here we go. We're going with, this is a 4-color pop. It's so stupid.
No, it's stupid. That's what makes it funny.
So we're going with plum.
Okay.
Number 1, plum.
Yep.
We're going with sable.
Okay.
Not necessarily in the pant though, so don't just go khaki pant to make sable happen in this color pop. Okay.
All right.
So
Explain what sable is, though. Explain that color out.
Sable, if you're familiar with a sable hair brush, there is a specific paintbrush that has sable. That is a sable brush. And the color of that hair is a specific color. And it's a neutral, but it's got a lot of gold in it too. It's got a little kind of an amber is probably the closest color.
There we go.
So just it's a little lighter and softer though than amber would be. Sable, sky blue, and a medium to dark gray, not charcoal, but a medium gray. Now, when I say medium gray, here when we get social media running, what we're going to do is for every episode that we have, we hand out popsicles. For our social media posts on Instagram, we are going to launch these out for you guys, and we will post color swatches on Instagram where you can save those in your file and then refer to them to help you shop for outfits.
Yeah. Or just go through your closet.
Or just go through your closet and your drawers and start pulling stuff together that you didn't realize could work.
Yeah. I do that all the time. I find something, this shirt right here's 10, 12 years old.
Yeah.
And then I finally buy something that works with it. And it's, and then all of a sudden you're wearing a shirt that you've had for 8 years. There's no need to go buy a whole new outfit or, anything like that. Just buy one thing. If you know what else it goes with in your closet, you can reuse a lot of this old stuff that maybe you haven't worn before.
Absolutely. So, we've already kind of handled Instagram shopping to some extent since we're, I've got one reserved if we get time for it, but since we've already kind of gone into that a little bit with the Huckberry crossover with new pieces, what we'll do to save some time here, since you've got a commitment later, is I want to go straight into what we teased last episode, which was the vest article.
Oh.
Yeah, because I know you're going to have plenty of opinions on it.
Bring out your wainscots.
It's a waistcoat.
What did I say?
Wainscoat.
I'm thinking about the
like
wainscot.
The wood trim.
Oh, God.
So,
Plus, because I've been working on wainscots this week.
Yeah.
But anyway.
So this article we teased in the first episode, this should probably spread over 3 episodes. We're going to cover a portion of this today. This article was released by Esquire. I think I got it in October. It was a version of it was published in January, but then I got it in early fall. So it's actually called 15 Best Waistcoats for Men in 2023. Somehow when I loaded it, it changed the title back to the January part. But anyway, it's the same deal. So there's 15 waistcoats here. We're going to try to get through 5.
All right.
If we need to pare that down, it's okay. But basically, the article is going on to say that, you know, you're seeing this a lot on celebrities now, and I don't know that the waistcoat ever really went anywhere, but you are starting to see it a little bit more.
It
Um,
did, but
I don't love the fashionista kind of lean that it can take on, but you actually have kind of raised my eyebrow with some potential here, through a couple brands that you shot me, and I have to say I'm actually intrigued about maybe adding a waistcoat or vest, if you want to be plain spoken about it, into my wardrobe, especially as we go into winter. Maybe you don't want to carry that blazer into the party or the nice dinner, and you just want to rock. Maybe you've got a heavier fabric of your shirt. You can go waistcoat over it, and boom, you're done. So
I saw somebody. It was online though. They were wearing one like a tweed vest up under something just like this.
yeah, yeah,
So I put mine with it. It just didn't look right.
you can
I
definitely
tried it and I said, no, I'm not. I can't. That didn't work. But
We-
that dude was a model. It worked on him. Me, it wasn't. The vest wasn't fitting near enough. It just no. It
I can
didn't
definitely see it with your hunting blazer there
work.
to very much round out the Skyfall look.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah. So first,
Aston Martin.
yeah, we've got this article mentions Bradley Cooper, Ryan Reynolds, and Jason Momoa. It says the coolest guys, the lead off here, the coolest guys in the world wear waistcoats. I'm talking Bradley Cooper. I'm talking Ryan Reynolds and Jason Momoa.
Idris Elba.
I'm talking Brad Pitt, Idris Elba,
David
and David
Beckham.
Beckham.
Now, hold there. Listeners, all these dudes look better than you. So they look better than all of us. So that's not who I want to see wearing to be my deciding factor on whether a waistcoat looks good, whether
Yeah,
a vest looks
yeah.
good.
Absolutely.
These are the top of the top, right? These
Yeah.
are good looking dudes, right?
They're walking off the photo
And
shoot
somebody's
and just
probably-
throwing the wife
somebody's-
beater back on.
Yeah.
Momoa, he's
Yeah.
walking off that photo shoot in a vest and throwing a wife
With a-
beater
yeah.
on to show off.
With a sweatshirt.
Yeah.
You know, but you got to find an average looking guy that looks good on you and then go, okay, maybe that'll work. Maybe I should try that.
Or he was already bare chested underneath the waistcoat, and he did a photo shoot with the waistcoat, and then he just walks off the set, pulls the vest off, and then just goes bare chested around wherever he was.
Like,
Because he can do that.
Hang on. Who wore one to like a award show? What's his name? Ass in the water, toes in the sand guy.
Oh, Zach Brown?
Zach Brown. Now he's wearing like these vests with no shirts on underneath. Like, put a shirt on. Bro.
Is he really?
Yeah.
I thought he
Put a
was a
shirt on,
t-shirt and
cuz.
vest guy.
I don't know. I found a picture of it. It came. Something popped up one day and was like,
Really?
it had him at like some, I guess, CMAs or something. Maybe I don't know.
I
but
can dig the
come on, man.
t-shirt and vest look on him. I can dig that.
I can't dig that t-shirt and vest thing. Like a vest is meant to look. It's a vest. You need to wear it when it's a little cooler out.
But it's
Right,
for a
like
musician,
with that-
it's a little bit more of like a retro fashion look. Kind of.
Oh, it is. It is.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. It's part of the costume.
Yeah.
We're not shopping
enough.
costumes. You and I ain't shopping for costumes.
You might be in this one though.
You know,
because this
that's a
the
costume.
lead off vest that Esquire went with is some cheap Amazon brand.
$27 costume.
Gilberti men's formal suit vest at Amazon. I don't think I'm going to Amazon first for my vest. Are you?
No, I'm not. I'm gonna look around. Maybe if something pops, I was like, oh, okay, but no, no.
They're suggesting rich forest green, which is what we have here in the embedded in the article.
I don't mind the color.
Yeah, it's okay.
I don't know.
I
Something
mean-
about that. Something about that thing says $27 on there.
Forest green on a vest is very specific. I mean, that's gonna be tough to.
It's gonna be tough. Look, waistcoat. You know, these things are formal vests. Waistcoats are tough to pull off anyway, because you come real close to looking like a costume.
Yeah, yeah,
It's like one of those things you gotta wear kind of regularly, so everybody knows. Hey, he throws on a vest every now and then.
yeah.
You just do it once, and it's like, what are you trying to be? You trying to be Peaky Blinders?
Yeah, to me, it's hard
Come
to
on.
pull off like any if you're trying not to look like either a bartender at a decent restaurant or a sheep herder,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
that's what we're trying to get across here.
Yes.
How can we achieve, how can we elevate our wardrobe just a little bit and not look like one of those two things to every, not feel like one of those two things for one, but
That's
number
right.
two, not look like one of those things.
Yeah.
And number three, all the above.
You got to be, when you pull it off. I mean, when you do it, you got to be. You can't just kind of walk into work with your new waistcoat on with your vest and just kind of like trying to hide it from people. You got to wear that some bitch like you've been wearing them since you were in 5th grade. Like you know exactly how to wear it, and it's the coolest thing everybody should be wearing. Like everybody, you gotta walk with that. Like everybody should be wearing what I got on. I
Yeah.
mean that's the way you got to carry yourself anyway.
Yeah.
Everybody should be wearing these boots I got on or whatever it is. But definitely with this thing, it look it's never a bad thing to have maybe a gray one that you can throw on with a suit or something with a blazer or something like that, or even a dark brown, that can go with some kind of jacket that you've got. But you got to be careful if you just wear that thing no tie and a dress shirt, man. It's not gonna. You are gonna look like a bartender. You're
I
gonna
don't
look like a bartender, bro.
I don't know that I would wear it with a tie though. When I was, as I've been shopping for them since you've gotten me on it, I haven't thought about it with a tie because I want to be able to skip it.
You
I want to skip the tie.
you get a flannel that matches close in tone with it.
But the bartender look includes a tie, and that's why
Yeah,
I
maybe.
want to get away from it.
Maybe so. But if I'm gonna wear it, would be nice. I mean, I'll throw on a tie with it. But like
God, oh, I'm good.
I've seen where they mix it with a flannel. Like okay, that if you had what color is that? That's a gray. If you had a flannel that had a lot of gray check in it and maybe some blue, and then you throw that on with a pair of light jeans or something like that, it's gonna look sharp. It's gonna go with your casual outfit. To me, it's either that or you dress it up. But I kind of blend them a little bit. I'll throw on a tie with that in my jeans, or I'll go full on like if I'm going to a wedding or something and you've got one that's nice with a silk back and it's really smooth, it's not rugged at all. Just throw that thing on with your suit and go that way.
This is $220 at Rag and Bone.
Rag and Bone. I've heard of Rag and Bone.
I've heard of them.
I couldn't tell you what they sold, but I've heard of Rag and Bone.
I think they're. I have to double check, but I think they're chasing more of a certain crust of hipster, maybe.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. We'll come back to that. But Rag and Bone, they were hammering my Instagram feed the entire holiday weekend for discounted stuff. So I don't know if they're hurting, but $220, wow, for a vest.
I mean, that sounds like some Filson prices.
Yeah,
And
well,
Filson's gonna be nicely made. It's gonna be wool.
what is Filson? I noticed the Stapleton crossover with Filson. So
It's like an old company. I think they started out up in the Pacific Northwest making clothes for like lumber people, like warm
Lumber
clothes,
people.
lumber folks,
lumber folk,
workers,
lumber folk.
tree fellers and such.
I think Marcus King is into them too, but
Well,
Stapleton
maybe
chiefly. I think Stapleton in particular has a new crossover.
everybody's
release
crossing
with them.
over. Who contacted who? I don't know. I mean, I'm sure that Filson said, "Look, Chris, look, man, you look like a man.
Yeah.
Put on some of this Filson. I know you hadn't bought it from us before because it's really expensive, but we're gonna send it to you for free."
Yeah. Yeah. I'll have to. I think I've got a email blast about his Filson crossover.
Yeah, I want a Filson garment of some type. I'd like maybe a jacket or one of these like vests with a lapel on it or something one day. But
Yeah.
um,
So, thirdly, in this article, we've got Prada, which this took me for a loop. Prada single-breasted re-nylon. I don't know what a re-nylon is, but single-breasted re-nylon vest. 1,020 at Prada.
And they still got their logo over the heart. Not on my chest, Superman.
This is
I don't
one of
want
the
that right
worst.
there.
This is one of the worst things I've seen.
No, I like the double pocket on the right. That's unique. Got a little double pocket.
Oh, that guy?
Yep. That
Okay.
looks sharp.
That's kind of cool.
But no, I don't want to read. But the people that are going to spend $1,000 to buy this Prada stuff, they want people to know that they've got Prada. They want people to see that logo.
Yeah.
If it didn't have that logo, they wouldn't buy it.
Would
Since it's got the logo, I'm not going to buy it.
Would you go shirtless in that?
Next question, man. You know the answer is.
But anyway, this one won best luxury waistcoat out of the three.
Hiding the buttons. See what else they did? They hid the buttons.
Oh, sorry. Rag & Bone won best wool waistcoat.
Okay.
And the Gioberti won best non-basic waistcoat. So
Here's what took me a while to find is the full back, because I don't like a silk back on.
Okay.
I like it with a suit because that's the whole point. The wool.
See, this is helpful for me because I had no idea you could get a vest that wasn't silk back until you told me.
Yeah. So
I know of vests is what I wore to my wedding, my brother's wedding, and my 2 proms.
Yeah, the silk back. It's got the little fastener, a little tightener on the back, little cinch, and so I looked around, trying to find something that was wool all the way around, because here recently, past few years, I've been trying to dig up, try to bring back old style man clothes,
Okay.
And so I wanted something that was a full on wool. So when I wear it with a shirt or wear it with a flannel or whatever it is, I don't want it to look like, oh, you took a suit vest and now you're trying to wear it with your flannel shirt. That don't belong. I just don't like the silk back when it's by itself. I like it to have that same pattern, whatever it is, all the way around the vest.
Question: was your personal vest renaissance your own quest, or was it inspired by either directly or subconsciously by marketing that you had absorbed through some of our friends and some of the folks we're shopping from?
I'm sure a little bit of both.
You think?
Oh
Okay.
yeah. I mean, you see stuff, and it catches your eye. You're like, man, I could do that. Maybe I could pull that off. I really wish I knew, because I got on a vest tear, and I don't know. I tell you what it was.
As we teased in episode 1 with the collection.
Yes.
The collection.
Yeah. I'd already had a few in my collection, but here's what it was. It started out with this wax canvas vest that I saw. That's where it started, and I was looking at that, and then I thought, well, that's kind of a little wax cotton, wax canvas.
So that's an outdoorsman kind of vest then, right?
Yeah. It was quilted, but not the like, Southern prep quilted kind of, look. But so I got to looking around. Well, then I started hitting some Western style vests.
Can it be Southern prep without the quilt? Or can it be
I don't know.
Can it be quilted without Southern prep?
I think it can be. If I'm wearing it, it can be quilted without it.
I don't know. I'm starting to see that out, and it's got my eyebrow cocked. It's got my eyebrow cocked up and my head turned to the side when I see it.
That's what started it though, because I was like, look, as I kept on shopping, I would see these older like wool style vests, and I go, oh, well, hang on, that's what I want right there.
Yeah,
I like that look, like it's the 30s or something, and you kind of, to me, it's like, I like to figure out what my grandparents wore way back in the day, and which one of those can you bring back, and can you reissue, can you redo, can you give it some life. But that's what started it, and then I just kept on going into a dive, and so finally, I found this place called the Celtic Ranch that sold a few of these, and now there's even more. So now, since then, you go to like Joseph A. Bank, I think, or Men's Warehouse. They now have one that's kind of Western style, and it's wool, and it's all the way around. Because back when I was looking for them a couple years ago, I called them up, and they said, no, they're all silkbacks. That's all we offer is silkbacks.
Okay.
But now they've changed their tune. So was I ahead of it? Was I ahead of it? I think so.
Was I ahead of it?
I was.
That could be a soundbite.
Was I ahead of it?
That's a soundbite.
We're going to get Murph to do it.
Yeah.
Was I ahead of it?
That's a bumper soundbite. So fourth in the list, best checked waistcoat is the Gant Glen check suit waistcoat, $230 at Gant.com. Now, is this
I
the
like
same
it.
Gant that got kind of big with like Polo
Don't know who that
and
is.
Tommy back in like
I know who Polo is, but
early 90s, late 80s?
don't know
You remember
nothing
that?
about a Gant. Nuh-uh. I
I
don't
think
know.
they were kind of on that super prep wave of the late 80s where you had, rugby shirts and
Now
you don't remember
they've
that?
come back. I don't know. I've never heard of it.
I don't know if Gant ever disappeared, but
I do
that
know you can wear that vest with a lot of stuff.
Gant used to be something you could only get at the department store at the mall, and it was kind of like, like I said, in there with Tommy Hilfiger and Polo, and it was kind of one of those brands. Like for me and my family, the only the only thing Gant was going to be something that my mom got us for Easter to wear to church, and
Yeah, it wasn't like I was shopping in the Polo section.
yeah,
Uh-uh.
so
No, sir. I never would have
but
seen that.
short story, long is that I think Gant is akin to Polo in that
Okay.
vein. So here we are. I mean, it's kind of a standard issue fabric. I don't know that I'd go 230 on that because that looks like what I could find in a tuxedo rental kind of deal there. So
But you can wear that with a darker charcoal blazer. You can
for
wear it
sure.
with a darker brown blazer.
Yeah,
You can wear it with a
yeah.
black dress shirt up underneath, a white dress shirt up
Now
underneath.
that would be tight. Picking
You
up
can
that
wear it-
brown. I like
Dude,
picking up the brown.
yeah,
Though. That's a solid idea.
Picking up the brown in it.
That's a solid idea.
Now you got to be careful if you need to wear that with a solid shirt though. I think
I
that
like this-
pattern you try to throw a check like shirt with that thing. I think you're gonna
I like your black
you're
shirt
gonna mess
idea.
up.
There we go, guys.
I almost bought a black shirt the other day, but I was too afraid to pull the trigger. I was like, I don't know if I can pull it off. It may just be sitting in my closet.
I think
black
we
dress
just
shirt.
I think we just laid an inadvertent popsicle on the folks.
Popsicles.
Yeah.
Popsicles.
We just laid an inadvertent popsicle on you guys. So, second pop of the day, you've got a light gray large check vest on top of a black or charcoal gray dress shirt, followed by potentially a brown blazer. I would put that brown in like a chestnut to maybe camel range of browns.
yeah.
I don't think I'd go
Yeah,
lighter
yeah,
or
yeah.
darker than that, but
I
somewhere
did
between.
I was going darker, but no, you could. Yeah, that was gonna look good like a camel or something.
Yeah.
But now
Yeah.
keep in mind, if you wear that with a black dress shirt, that backing right there, that silk back's gonna be black too, which may be fine.
Well, I'm thinking of keeping the blazer on because this is a fun. Like, let's say this is
Okay,
a fall or winter function
right.
or very nice dinner.
And you got your Gandalf the orange hat on.
Yeah. Inside joke if you haven't seen the first episode.
I want that guy to come on here and defend himself.
Gandalf the Orange.
I want him to give some back, man.
I want a
Just
T-shirt, a marketing T-shirt with Gandalf the Orange on it. Gandalf the Burnt Orange.
Oh
So
God!
stupid.
Oh God! Just casting spells left and right.
Casting spells. Oh my! Casting spells in public.
Yep.
I mean,
So many T-shirt ideas. I am a public spellcaster.
I actually went back to my photo feed to see if he was walking around with a walking stick. I'm pretty sure he had a walking stick that day.
It would have been custom.
But yeah, I know he was carrying the camera. Yeah. Carrying a vintage camera.
Oh God! Don't save it. Save it for my rant.
Yeah,
Save it.
We can't unpack the camera right now.
Save it for
We
one of my
can't.
later rants.
Oh,
dude.
it's saved. It's
Store that away.
there's a big pen with a lot of Post-its on that on that one. Yeah. So
Moving on.
Fifth one.
Yeah.
They even said this gray check one. This one evokes Reynolds and Pitt and Cooper for sure. Over a white button down or under a black blazer, you're golden.
I could see Pitt wearing that in Oceans. You know,
I can see
some
Pitt wearing
Oceans
that.
movie. I don't know how
in,
many he
like-
was in because I think I only watched the first one. But you
I
know.
can see him wearing that in the late 90s in one of his movies with some jeans
Yep.
and
Yeah.
shirtless under it. Or maybe a white tee with Jennifer Aniston on his arm.
Jay Aniston still killing it.
Best stretchy waistcoat. To round out our
Stretchy
5 best
waistcoat.
of today, best stretchy. So this is a brand that you've mentioned to me. Charles Turwitt Natural Stretch Twill Vest. Now they have shown up in my Instagram feed. They've now that you've also mentioned them, they've got me intrigued here. This is probably not what my choice would be first for a vest. I'd prefer to go with something with a check in it for my first vest. But I mean that's a cool cut. I like this. What do you call it when you kind of cinch in and create a seam like that?
A crease.
Yeah, I like that
Yeah,
crease.
little crease right there.
Yeah, because crease pants. So I like that crease that's symmetrical on either side with the pockets. I like the symmetry of this vest. That could make you look really sharp. But wearing a black vest only is going to make you look like a waiter. So,
Well, here's where you're going to see a black vest pulled off in some cowboy shit.
oh, fair. I could see it with some
Cowboy,
jeans.
you
Fair,
can see
fair.
like that's a black vest, some cowboy dress up stuff. You
Stonewash
dressed
or
up.
acid wash?
You dressed up, but you got your cowboy jacket on top of it. But I see a good bit of black vests being weird by people who are deep into the cowboy.
Being weird.
Being weird. Yeah. Being weird around.
Being weird.
Being weird around.
T-shirt.
Yep. This is what I wear it around.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's
It's only 90 bones.
that's how I
at
see it.
Charles
Look
Turwitt.
at them. They even gave you a little clue down there at the bottom that says don't button that bottom button. That's a little fashion thing I didn't know about for a while, but that's what's going on down there. Don't button the bottom.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be,
I did
left
appreciate
undone.
that tip in this article. That was definitely appreciated. So, yeah, for a waistcoat that doesn't feel too snug. So, yeah, that could be an issue for a lot of you guys.
I had to ask my British buddy how to say that Tyrwhitt or Turwitt, and I still don't remember what he told me.
Oh, really?
I don't know how to say it.
We'll have to look that up because we definitely want to get pronunciation right. Charles.
It's not in the Mississippi lingo.
Yeah, it's not. It's not in the Nooga lingo either. So, Charles Turwitt or Tyrwitt, if you're hearing us, we're gonna tag you, and we want you to correct us on the pronunciation. Reach out to us. We definitely don't mind it. Only $90, like I said. I don't know if this 79% off is
$90 is good.
accurate, but good grief.
$90 is all right.
Yeah,
because you're not gonna have a ton of these things. It's not like you're gonna have, unless you're just a dude that like
you wear
it. That's part of your regular thing. But most guys, you're just gonna have a few of these that you're gonna wear on occasion. So
right,
$90, pretty good.
So, we've finished the first portion of the vest article. We're gonna hit you with a little something. You know what these cards mean, people. We're about to hit you with the Pruitt stew. So,
let's do it.
We've got a couple more
I
items
got 15 minutes to stew.
We've got 2 items to finish off the show with. So first off is Pruitt stew. You see these cards, you know what's happening.
Cayenne pepper.
So we got a little
tasty.
So I like a segue. So here we go. We've named some celebrities here, and this is a good one. This again, Pruitt stew is a quote from your Greg Pruitt here. Said to me, "Yo ass." Yo ass.
Text like you talk.
Is Paul Rudd. Period. So dress like him, not Ryan Gosling.
Yep.
So tell me what sparked this. Tell me what this quote is about and how it relates.
I can't take full credit for that because another buddy that I'm trying to get on the show, I'm not going to mention his name yet until he actually comes on the show.
Okay.
But yeah, he and I were talking about that. When you see these models dressed like, it goes in perfectly with what we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
You see, what's the dude? Bradley Cooper. Dress any way he wants to, and dude's going to look like that's how he's, he's meant to rock that look.
Yeah.
He's got a way of looking like that in everything he does, or people make him look like that, know.
His publicist handled that
most
for him.
of us listeners, yo ass is Paul Rudd. You the everyman. You that regular dude. This is 40.
I love Paul
You
Rudd.
that guy. I love Paul Rudd too. Was that movie Overnight Delivery? Remember that with Reese Witherspoon? Love some Paul Rudd. You a champ, dog.
I celebrate.
You a champ, but you ain't Brad Pitt. You ain't Beckham that they're trying to get you to be like. No, you Paul Rudd. You the every guy. You know, that's who we're looking up to. So find a picture of Paul Rudd wearing something.
But you're kind of saying this like he's an ugly man, and he's not an ugly man.
He's not an ugly dude, but he's not.
He's a handsome face.
He's not a lot of these guys that they're modeling these clothes with is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Know what you are, right? Know if you're 7.5.
Paul's only a 7.5.
I don't know what Paul is. I ain't afraid of that dude. But look,
well, you don't have to be afraid
that's,
of him.
That's why I like these companies like
he's at least an 8.
What's that one? Muskox, or I think it's called Muskox. Okay, their models are like regular looking guys. They ain't the fittest. Some of them are fit, and some of them aren't the fittest dudes in the world. I'll say that. Like some of them are bigger guys, some of them are squatty guys, some of them are a little bit taller. Like they got some real life looking dudes in there
yanked off the street
to model their clothes. So if that guy right there looks pretty decent wearing that shirt, hell, I'm gonna get that. I know I'm gonna look like that. Not saying that their models are ugly, but I'm just saying they're not like a lot of these. They're not this. The standard is 6'2", wearing size medium. Okay, everything you see, anybody modeled, they're squeezing this homeboy into a medium at 6'2". If you're 6'2", you shouldn't be wearing a medium anything.
I'm 6'3", and I haven't worn a medium since I was in grade school.
Eat a steak, cuz. But yeah. Well, I wear mediums, but I'm 5'7". Yeah. 6 3/4.
Fair enough.
So all I'm saying is, yo ass is Paul Rudd. You know it. You ain't David Beckham.
Not Ryan Gosling.
You ain't Idris Elba.
You didn't mention Ryan Gosling once in that whole rant.
I think what got me on Ryan Gosling is thinking about what Crazy Stupid Love, where he takes Michael Scott from The Office. What's the actor though that plays Michael Scott from The Office? What's his name? Come on,
Steve
Carell. He takes him shopping.
Yeah,
and Ryan Gosling just wears everything just like just made for him.
To the nines, yeah.
It's Ryan Gosling.
Yeah.
You look like that dude. Who'd have thought that Lars and the Real Girl, you remember how he looked in Lars and the Real Girl? Like that dude he's not pulling any ladies on Lars and the Real Girl.
I don't remember that.
You hadn't seen that movie?
I don't think so. I've got to check that.
Yeah, look at that. And then he goes to the Notebook, right? You're like, that's the same dude? This dude's pulling it up in a notebook, man. He's a pimp. But it's like, no, you ain't Ryan Gosling, man. So, you gotta think a little bit more when you see Ryan Gosling wearing a super tight vest or some super tight pants. And that ain't you though.
Yeah.
You squatty, you about 190, you about 5'9", 195. You don't need to be wearing them same tight pants Ryan Gosling got on. So nothing against Paul Rudd. I just thought it's hilarious. My buddy goes, "Yeah, yo, that's Paul Rudd." I said, "I'm using that. I'm taking it, man. I gotta collect that."
Oh my God. Oh, the gems you're treated to on Prove It Stew. So we're gonna end you on one quick note, and
don't be laughing.
We're gonna
laugh at my shit.
We're gonna end on a piece of wildlife. We're gonna end. We can't even finish.
Oh God.
We're gonna end on some wildlife.
What in the dirty hill?
Did I not text you this?
What in the Four Hills? No, you did, but I forgot about it.
Yeah.
I think I sent this. I think I sent this picture to the other people. But matching shorts and this awful. I don't know, man. I don't know how you pull that off. That looks like something you wear if you're like supremely rich on a yacht parked outside of Greece.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what you wear.
Yeah.
With some little loafers or something, not to Target.
This is Publix.
In your Asics or whatever he's got on his feet.
This is the deli in Publix. This is the deli in Publix.
He grabbing some slices up in this thing, man. God. I'll take the boar's head, please. I'm imagining shorts. This whatever that is, man. Is it a collar? Is that a collar? Or is that just like a banded
It's
neck
just like
right
a
there,
banded neck. And
does it V in the front? It's got to.
It does V in the front. And
is there a gold chain lurking around in there?
No, it buttoned up the whole. Yeah, it buttoned up the whole length.
Holy! Now,
Yeah, it's
see
buttoned up.
exactly that perfect. I hit nail on the head. Rich, like billionaire rich wear on your yacht with your buttoned up tee
like
with the Greek pattern on it.
Yeah, either
I don't know
that
what pattern that's
or-
based in, but
I feel like this is something somebody like Post Malone would throw on to be ironic, and that might be where
Yeah.
he found it.
is
or-
that post? No. Yeah, I don't know.
You know,
He could have. Yep. Number 2 in that, don't look at celebrities wearing crazy shit and think that you can pull off that crazy shit. That's a
Exactly.
different rant. That's
Yeah.
a completely different rant. It's the same thing as the Paul Rudd stew. Like, don't go thinking you can pull the Post because you don't have that Post Malone fame or money. So don't be wearing that right there just because you saw Post Malone or whoever wearing that.
which is I hate that we had to cut the Instagram shopping segment because I had a
Yeah,
selection.
we got to cut it.
I had a selection that tied right into what you said. So we'll tease that for. I'll save it for the beginning of the next episode. We're gonna tease for your "Don't Look Like a Celebrity" thing. It's gonna cross over with our Instagram segment for the next show.
All right.
So I'm glad you said that. That's a great segue for us to end on.
Yep.
Kept good time today. I love it. So this will be the running time probably for most of our episodes. And hope you liked it. Hope you enjoyed it. I am again Zach Carter. This is Greg Pruitt. Anything you want to end on?
Don't just dress cool. Be cool.
Okay.
cheesy line there out.
Yeah.
No,
I agree.
I'm good, man. We've hit some good stuff today.
Yeah. It was
I think
short,
so.
but I think we had a lot of good nugs. So
Yeah,
I'm really stoked about that second
Yeah.
pop. So
that second pop.
yeah. Good pieces of advice here for you guys. So soak it in, absorb it. This is the Zipper Merge.
Yep.
We're out.